Ghosties on second.
Wanted to at some point during this. I think we're already recording, right?
Yeah, it's recording, but we can start whenever we want.
I at some point during this, I definitely want to like revisit the car conversation with Brad because I want to hear it from your perspective because I remember what I think I remember about like Brad recounting Catherine's
and the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, the Underground. Just
So wild.
oh gosh, it's like, oh, that sounds like it kind of is fun. It's like, oh, okay, okay.
Was that Tyler or Timon?
That was Timon.
Timon.
Okay. It was Timon. Yeah. He was like, that sounds kind of sick.
That's a great place to start. Okay, so hey, welcome one and all. Thanks for joining us on this episode with Hangin with Alexandra Payne. This is our lovely friend Alexandra. Alex, do you want to go by Alex or Alexandra?
Please call me Alex. No one and anyone who knows me is calling me Alexandra. And so
okay. Well, I usually go off by like what people put as their username on Facebook or whatever. So
yeah.
Group chat.
Okay.
You have
I guess Alexandra Payne is my business name, for my public persona, but my friends, they call me Alex.
So then why is the session 2 chat Alexandra Payne?
I'm just making stuff up. It's like I don't know. I think maybe there's a thing where it's like I want everyone to know that my name is Alexandra, but if you call me Alex, it's like a nickname.
Right.
So we're closer already, right? I don't know.
100%.
Yeah.
So Alex, one of my I think our first interaction was at some point, maybe the second day into session 2 or something. You're like walking by Corey and I, like a bunch of us are sitting in the chairs underneath the tent on the beach. And I forget what I said, but it was just like, Alex, you're awesome. Like, you're just hilarious and awesome or something. And do you remember that moment?
I think I do. I think that like my response was like, I think I was like shocked or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was just like,
oh my gosh.
Yes.
Like, what?
Like, that's so nice. You didn't even know me.
And I always have like this thing of like everyone else is cooler than me. Like everyone, like so if I say something kind and then somebody responds like that, like so if I give you a compliment and you're like, oh my gosh, like for real, I was just like, it's just me saying that. Like
yeah. I mean, to be fair, Caleb, before I like really knew you, I did think you were a lot cooler. And I mean that in like a nice way. But I was like, oh, Caleb, he like has a podcast. I didn't listen to it, but he has a podcast. He's like co-hosted with Jake and Brad. Like you're like, one of the ghosty celebs. And then I met you and I was like, he's just actually a very incredibly like the most kind person I think I've ever met and very down to earth.
This kid's a goofball. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're probably I was thinking about this the other day and I was like, I don't know if I want to say this publicly, but you obviously like May aside, obviously she's like my homie, but like you might be like my favorite ghostie, Caleb. I just like every time you like post in the group meet, it's like so pure and wholesome. And just like, I feel like to a certain degree, you just have no shame. And it's like, it's very delightful. Cause I think I'm like a little bit mean. And so it's like nice to someone who's like, he's just so nice. He's just so kind. Yeah.
My wife is frequently like, the last thing you posted with Emily Brace about like the tickets in Nashville, and I was like, yeah, Caleb's all about like ignoring your family, go do something fun. Like Kedro, my wife was like, that was really mean, and I was like,
it's a joke.
You don't get this. Like this, like everyone loved it. Everyone loved it.
No, that's the content we like in the session 2 chat.
Like,
the meaner, the better.
Yeah, today was Hannah Jennings' birthday, and session 1 group chat, there was 20 happy birthdays that like everyone, and then over in session 2, I think you're the first one, right?
Yeah, I think there were 3 happy birthdays and 1 insult about her spelling. I think that's what we got.
Right. Yeah. So in fact, so the insult of the spelling, she says nest instead of best.
Yeah.
And I saw her immediately, and I was like, no, it's her birthday. I'm not going to say. And I guess what? I know that either Haley or one of the Emilys is going to say something. And sure enough, Haley was the one who
You
said
know, yeah.
It just pops in like, yeah.
like a picture of a bird's nest. Yeah, that was it.
Yes.
Oh man, session 2 group chat has been the gift that keeps on. It's like if no matter how much no matter how much Gulf Shores cost or whatever, it's like there's so much value like that has come out
Yeah.
of this, and just the connections and stuff, and the fact that like we have this ongoing fun group of people that are, it's a lot. I know it's quieted down a lot, but it's just still fun that it's there. And occasionally you can like kind of throw a line out and be like, "Oh, I get any bites?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes you don't, but sometimes you do.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of funny. Like, May popped back in the chat and was like, "What have I missed?"
Yeah.
And then Sarah was like, "Oh, this is all the things going on." And I was like, "Sarah, you haven't even posted anything for like 3 months, but I guess you're following like all the chatter."
Same thing today. Stephen Frey.
Oh yeah, he popped in on the session one.
On session 1. We don't talk about that here. So
Right.
But he wasn't like
He's like
interactive
never posted
ever.
once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
was he the wrap the wrong appendage guy?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I responded to him, and he responded again after, like soon thereafter. But
Yeah.
he was like tinkering with some game that who brought that game? Dominic. I think Dom brought it. But anyways, he stayed up late, like while he was talking with people. He was like playing this like, I don't know, like mind game thing. Like I don't know. It wasn't
It's
like a
one player game.
Yeah, I think so. But it was like, I don't know how to describe it. Like there's these little colored balls and you're trying to get it in a certain pattern and you
don't
can
say
only move a
colored.
certain. Yeah. I think that's yeah.
He's allowed to.
That was a
He's
Jake.
allowed
joke.
to.
I know.
No, it was good. No, it was good. I appreciated it. But
Was
he's
Jake
allowed
said
to
in a
because
couple-
he's black.
Are you current on the pod?
Yes.
Okay. It's so
Yes.
hard. Like, so we had to be current on the
Yeah.
pod for this.
Right. Yeah.
And now that the past couple weeks we haven't had to, I think I'm the only one like still current. And Shelby is a couple weeks behind. Corey's a couple weeks behind. Maybe
You're
not.
the only true fan.
episodes.
Wow.
I just haven't listened to Monday yet, but because I just finished last week's on the way here. But the episode when when Jake is describing when Rachel is like emphasizing that
Yes.
I was telling my wife that and I was like, I don't like, even if it was like she truly didn't know what she was saying, it was just like
Just
after a couple times and Jake's like, you have to stop.
It reminded me of that comedian. Can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Matt Rife or something. But they're talking about like, yeah, like us white people, we have our things. Like, I bet you I could just say the first part and you could probably answer the second part. And he'll say like, whatever. And then he gets to the point to say salt and vinegar chips. He goes, salt and vin. And the crowd goes, they finish it. And he was like, whoa, what are you guys doing? But it was such a funny, I kind of ruined it with like just giving the punchline, but it was a really funny build up too, I guess.
Yeah, you went right for it.
Sorry. So one of the I wish Shelby was here so bad because and some things happened with babysitting and poor planning on my part. But one thing that was so precious was on the ride home. We're all saying our goodbyes at Gulf Shores, and Alex, you handed me this note, and it was just like a very kind message. It was like some words of aff for your ride home or something like that. Because the night before, I was sharing with a small group of people. I was just like, yeah, it's been tough, like not having Shelby here, because it's like, your spouse is like your person.
Yeah.
And that's also like your love language. Like they know how to speak your love language and things like that. And so I was talking about how words of affirmation were one of mine. And so it was just like so cool and so thoughtful and kind that on a big emotional moment, like having to say goodbye to everybody, Alex just like quietly just like hands me. And I just remember it was just such a perfect thing for the moment. It was so right on. And like, that was one of the first things I had Shelby read when I got home. I was like, babe, you got to read this. Like, this is so cool. Like somebody did this. And we were just like basking in like, man, these are ghosties. Like this is what God has done in our lives in this specific season that we're in right now. And, us getting more involved in the community this past year, getting to meet all these people, going to Gulf Shores, getting to really make connections and getting to know just wonderful people who, we're all a part of the kingdom of heaven together. And, we're all just a part of like people who enjoy comedy together. And we all love a good roast. And then we're getting like
We do.
encouraged and uplifted. And It's such a great group of people. So Alex, you made a big impact on my life. I just want to say that.
Oh, that's so kind, Caleb.
Yeah, that was
That's
We
very
definitely
kind.
pivoted from what we were talking about shortly before this to
Yeah.
very wholesome.
Yeah.
content.
super
That's
wholesome.
wholesome
Good.
Caleb. Yeah.
But I
Trying to
think
get
that's
people
a
to say
good.
the N word, and he's like, "You're so kind."
Like, yeah, God, yeah, we love Jesus, but
Yeah.
By the way, on the last podcast where you commented in the chat, like on one episode of Ghostie on Second, we're talking about coffee enemas, and then the next one
I
begins
know you literally were
opening
like,
prayer.
Shelby, let's just open in prayer.
I actually started listening to that one because it was like, I wasn't in that one, and you were
Yeah.
praying, and I was like, that's different than my podcast.
I was gonna say, it wasn't supposed to be in. Like I had already hit record, and I was like, what? Because once you sit down, you have the headphones on and everything. You don't want to.
Mhm.
So I just did the prayer. I meant to edit that out. Like I meant to just start with, "Hey, welcome everybody."
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad thing,
Yeah.
but it
Kinda
just
hide,
Yeah.
it's-
under a bushel. Say
That's right. That's right. I
that's what we
don't
wanted
want them
do.
to
Oops,
know that I
and
pray.
then to hide it.
Fueled by the Holy Spirit, but he's invisible. I don't want them to know. Yeah. Fine, Caleb. I'm gonna pray for you
Gosh.
later. But
Yeah. Well, like because it is such a silly podcast, and it's like I don't
Yeah.
want people to think that like I'm trying to put on something, but it's not. And honestly, I'm glad that you mentioned that because
There's like 50 people watching this at the
Right,
most.
yeah.
So
I know we have.
I
like,
mean,
our top video has like 300 something views on it.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. Anyway, that doesn't matter though. But what was cool is like even when you randomly posted that in the group chat, like that itself was affirming and like encouraging because I was in my head about it. I literally thought about going on YouTube and you can like YouTube Studio and edit
mm,
video because I didn't even realize that I had done it until somebody had posted like 20 views in. Somebody posted, "Let us pray" with like a little lettuce emoji, and I was like, "What? Let us pray?" And then I realized, oh, I have a prayer in there. So I
did.
told Shelby, I was like, should I? So that was cool that you said that. And honestly, it also like I immediately got this new perspective of acknowledge him in all you do, and he will direct your paths. And I was like 2 nights before that, I was talking to our 9-year-old Jubilee, and I was just talking to her about God and about the Holy Spirit and about acknowledging him. And like when it's hard to like imagine or like to pray to like the invisible God. And I was like, sometimes like if I just walked into your bedroom and you're sitting in your bed, I just like walked in, looked around, looked up and down, and just left. Like, wouldn't it feel weird that like you were sitting right there and I didn't even acknowledge you? I didn't even say hi or like just and I was trying to explain to her what acknowledge him in all your ways meant.
Yeah.
And so that was a cool little lesson. And then like
That's like a really good illustration, Caleb.
thanks.
Yeah. It's like really solid. I'm gonna like use that.
Yeah. I just thought like I literally am teaching my 9-year-old daughter about this. And then 2 days later, you say something that it just schools me. And I'm like, oh, that actually that applies to me too. Like we all need to acknowledge him like in everything that whether we're doing a silly debrief podcast or leading worship at church or having a heart to heart or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
Hey, Jesus.
What's up, homie?
We know you were darker than you were portrayed.
That's right. They got it right on The Chosen.
Yeah. That's a great segue. I want us to dive in a little bit and talk about
The Chosen. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
let's
The
get
Chosen.
into it.
So I want the intro to this whole episode was you guys' little snippet about alluding to the conversation that happened.
Yeah.
Just talk about this 0.05% black and how this all began and where it's gone. It's such a fun.
Oh man.
I think I would love for you to like
Okay.
your perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is kind of funny. Like I came to Ghost Runners like most people through like Trey Kennedy, and like even like listening to Trey Kennedy and then starting to listen to Ghost Runners, I'm always just like, I bet there's only like 2 other Black people listening to this thing. Like, and then when I went to like Grande Boo, I was like, correct.
Confirmed.
So going to Gulf Shores, I was actually really excited because we met, like we had like Zoomed with Kara and Lily, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's like 2 other best friends, and one of them's white and one of them's Black. It's so fun. We're gonna be roommates. Like Kara can hold it down. So I was just like, it's I don't know, it's like an interesting thing. Like I don't, it's not like a really huge deal. It's not like I'm constantly being like, I'm the only Black person in this room. I'm not, but it's just like, I'm just like aware of it.
Sure.
And so as we were like in the truck, so May is really like knows about this teacher that Catherine knew. And essentially the story is like this homeschool co-op lady did a lot of like very interesting things in the way that she taught. And one of the things she did was an Underground Railroad experience, which like, it's like that's so crazy.
Yeah. All the white people involved.
Like just imagining a May, my little like white friend, her little, and she has like five sisters who like they look all alike. And I'm just like her and her like five little white sisters with their long blonde hair, just like hiding in the grass.
In the dark.
So they're white kids in Texas.
Yeah.
Like they're adults trying to hunt them.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and yeah, so anyway. So they're just like describing it, and then Timon's in the back. And he's like, honestly, like that sounds pretty sick. Like it's pretty cool. And Brad is like, yeah, that would be kind of fun. I think like it would be kind of fun. And I'm just like, like what was the objective of the experience? Like what were you trying to convey for the students to learn? Because you guys are kind of talking about it like it was a big game of hide and seek. LOL. It's like.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good reality check right there.
I mean, we're describing it as like we were releasing the kids and then we were chasing them and they had to get from point A to point B by themselves in the dark.
I mean, yeah.
And hide and whatever. So
it's like the way they described it was almost like it was a mix of like capture the flag plus like hide and seek and in the dark. Like so yeah, they described it very much like it was like a fun game kind of. So I was sitting there and I was like, I'm the only Black person in this car, and they're talking about the Underground Railroad like it's a game. I should probably say something. Gotta like defend my people. It's just and then like I don't know how it like Corey, did you like make a joke or something? Like I don't remember how it came up that you're like 5% Black. I don't remember how that came up.
I think just like you had initially brought up, I don't remember the specifics either, but I think initially you had just kind of said like, are we sure this is funny? Like, and then people were like, oh, actually, or whatever. And I don't know. I think just at some point, like shortly thereafter, I was like, yeah, actually, I'm like 0.5%. Black, and
that's all it took. Then we were homies forever,
right? And then Brad's immediate response, I think,
was like, "Say it,
yeah, say
it,
say it." And I was like, I think there's a threshold, and I think 0.5 is maybe not there. So, and that's me
really
like,
funny though.
Not having like a thorough thorough conversation with you yet. So I'm also like, I don't, I mean, no matter what, I'm not going to say it, but just...
I think the only thing that would have made that moment more perfect is if your response would have been like, how much? Like, how much will you pay me?
I didn't think of that. But yeah.
How much will you pay me?
How much? Yeah. How many bucks?
Great response.
But yeah, it was it was hilarious when Brad was like, say it. Like, that was a really great moment.
Yes.
That was a fun time in that truck overall. It was a great time. That was a really great hang. I enjoyed that.
That was the same ride. I think after Lambert's was when we listened.
Yeah, when we listened to Ben Rector. Yeah.
Which, by the way,
had a spiritual experience.
The awakening. On tomorrow's episode of Ghost Runners, they end the episode with just like the episode ends and like fades into an old Ben Rector song. Like an old, like from his first album or something. They just, sometimes just like spontaneously like, let's do this for the ending. And so I think Jake's like, hey, Timon, how about you put a Ben Rector song right here? And just it's just so cool. It just kind of like fades out, and then I hadn't heard that song in forever. But yeah, Ben Rector is such a. I love that he's like a little sub part of the Ghostie community a little bit. Like he exists.
Brad was telling us he like knows, like they're like 2 or 3 degrees of separation from each other or something. He was like, we've been to some of the same weddings. Like that was his like.
Wow, I remember him saying,
been to the same weddings. That's pretty close.
Yeah.
So I'll take 2 minutes to say this. Shelby and I went to when Ben had the Joy of Music album came out, which I love that album. But he did like a series of music videos that kind of all went together, and he presented it like as like a short film sort of at this theater in Franklin, Tennessee. And so Shelby and I flew out to Tennessee because that's where her family lives, in Franklin. So like their family watched the baby, and like we went to the showing that night. And before that, though, earlier in the day, we were having lunch in Franklin, and we just happened to run into Ben Rector. I almost said
damn.
Ben Franklin.
Did you like talk to him at the urinal like you did with Corey Asbury?
Yeah. No, yeah. We did talk to him, not at the urinal. And
Meet me at the urinal.
I was much cooler with Ben than I was with Corey. But like we just went in and said hi. We're like, hey, we came from Tampa and we're here for the thing tonight and whatnot. And he's like, oh, cool. And then we're about to leave, and he was like, do you guys like want to get a picture together or something? And I was like, oh, sure, yeah. Like I was trying to be so cool, like just hey,
Yeah.
we're here. And then
Opposite approach in many ways than the Corey Asbury approach.
well, it's something that was so special. And it was just like a blink and you miss it moment for him, but it meant a lot to us. It was December, and he had like some Ben Rector Christmas ornaments. It's like him in the Santa hat or something.
Yeah.
And it was like they had one left, and he's like, oh, hey guys, here, take this Christmas ornament. And one of our
Nice.
anniversary things is like every anniversary, which we got married on December 8th, and it was our anniversary trip, and we all go get us an ornament like on our anniversary,
a Ben Rector.
No,
ornament.
not a Ben Rector
Oh,
one.
okay. You know, like a Ben Rector tree.
Like it started on our
Have
honeymoon.
a shrine actually to Ben Rector, but
It started, we were in Savannah, Georgia on our honeymoon, and we found some orders. So anyway, it just became a thing. So it was just a special little thing. So yeah, I've got to meet Ben, which is cool. But then also Shelby, what did you just say? What did I miss?
I don't know.
you're just like laughing at this tangent.
So, and Shelby's uncles wrote a song with Ben just a couple months ago. And
Nice.
like,
Cool.
That's
Who
a-
are her uncles? What do they do? They're songwriters?
yeah, that's a long story, but like they've written for a lot of, they wrote the song Red Solo Cup for Toby Keith. And you know,
If you're about to name a bunch of country songs, I'm not your girl.
yeah, never mind. But they've written for, they're friends with like Tim McGraw and Faith Hill and
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. So
If it was Darius Rucker, I mean, maybe. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
that was great. Okay, sorry, I took that little Ben Rector tangent. My bad.
I also don't really know country either. Like maybe a little bit from high school before I did the 23andMe.
Taylor Swift was
We really were. Huh?
Taylor Swift was like my it got me into country music, ironically, back in like 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Back in like slamming
When she
screen
had-
door.
Yeah, when she was country,
And-
somewhat country.
Love story. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was still following her music career for like maybe one or two more albums. And then that's when I was like, all right, I can take it or leave it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about her music much. I respect the business that she's built, but
Yeah, 100%.
Impressive.
yeah.
In fact,
Smart lady.
Shelby's uncles wrote with her back when she was younger. They wrote a bunch of songs together, which never got released. And then when Taylor was doing the Taylor's version of her album, she does a duet with Keith Urban, and she chose one of the songs that they wrote. So he told us a story just like a week or so ago. He was in town, and he was like, "Yeah, so we got a call, and they're like, Taylor's going to call you at 12:37 p.m. Be ready." And like he responded, "I'm not free then, but I can do 12:38." And they were like, "Okay, 12:38, they'll be ready." And like it was like very business.
Oh my God.
And at 12:36,
He's totally being sarcastic.
they get a phone call and like, "All right, Taylor's ready for you."
You're like,
We're putting her on, and then like,
Okay, my job is to be an executive assistant, and I like cannot imagine being like having to assist someone where their life has to be so planned out, like to the minute.
that is
That'd be
wild.
so intense.
And
that's a different. That's
I
like
imagine-
a different echelon of executive.
Yeah, it really is. Like it
There's
truly
probably
is.
multiple executive assistants.
Probably. Like there's probably like a chief of staff
Yeah.
who has like admins that like report into them.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what Janelle does? What does Janelle do?
She's
No,
a travel.
she's yeah.
Okay.
She like arranges
Yeah.
travel and like things like that for very wealthy people. And like I think she like the company she works for, like they do like concierge services.
Yeah.
And then they like train the people who are gonna like be driving the cars and all the different stuff.
And
It's very-
occasionally she'll have to go out to the.
I think so. Yeah, to like the
She
place.
explained
Yeah.
that a
Yeah.
little bit to me. Yeah.
We'll find out more about that on Hanging with Janelle.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
is that a
Right.
thing? Is that
it'll
is
be
that
a
plan
thing. It'll
Okay.
come. Yeah,
All right.
you know, we're gonna hit
Cool.
everybody in good time. In good time.
Yeah.
I was
Not
actually
truly hit them.
like, yeah, not
It's remote. Yeah.
or hit them with the remote. Throw
Yeah.
the remote.
Okay.
I was trying to do the math actually the other day, and I was like, okay, between session 1 and session 2, let's just say that's 60 different people, maybe even
Mhm.
50. Let's say it's 50. That's a year's worth of guests if you're doing a guest every single week. Like that's
Yeah.
That was the
much.
math that Caleb did before we went there. And Caleb was like, we're going to record like 8 episodes for each session. And then you did get one with Dom. And
We
I
did
was
Hanging
like,
with Dom.
you did Hanging with Dom. I was
I
like,
did, yeah.
respectfully, I am going to live in the moment here. And I'm not going to, like, I don't want to do it.
I thought maybe we could do one a day, and
Yeah.
I was just
No,
like,
it's too fun.
yeah,
Hey,
There
all
was
you
just too many
ghosties
things
out
happening.
here
Yeah.
listening to this, if you're thinking about going to Gulf Shores, you should go to Gulf Shores. You will not regret it. It's the best. It's literally the best.
I think that too, but at the same time, I get a little worried at how much they're advertising it. Like my spot's gonna get taken.
Well, here's
You
the
only have-
thing. I actually was thinking like how many spots will actually be available if like a bunch of us are like, we just want to come back. You know what I mean? Like,
text or email Brad or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Well,
save my spot. Here's some
It's
money.
also kind
no,
of
no, no. I mean, like, we get first dibs.
Right.
Like, they
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
us
yeah.
first. So that what I'm saying is like, what's going to be left for
Right,
people
yeah.
who haven't actually gone if we're all like coming
Right.
back?
I guess then maybe that's kind of the flip side of I'm at first I was saying I'm kind of worried about it, but then on the flip side, it's like they're talking up a big game, but there's gonna be like 2 spots left for people to like
At some
duke it out.
point, they just need to build a compound and like have bunk rooms and it's like a year long. There's like it's seasonal. It's like
Yeah.
we have
I
like
mean, they could run an adult summer camp if they.
yeah, exactly.
That's truly what I really felt like it was that. Like it was a really
Yeah.
And like once a month could be like family weekend, and so
Mhm.
all
You
families
guys could
come.
go with your kids.
Yeah. Yeah, think about that. Do you think Levi is going to be like a little ghosty? Like my kids are all little ghosties, probably.
Caleb or Corey's not going to push it on them in the same way that you do, Caleb.
That's true.
My kids don't have like iPads or anything yet. Like
Yeah,
I don't have any of
you
that
got time,
stuff.
bro.
Yeah.
You got plenty of
Yeah.
time.
I'm not introducing to technology. He's just like
Our kids don't have iPads either. They use my iPad.
yeah.
sometimes.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, Corey's kids
use it.
will not even use his iPad. They're going to use an abacus for their math.
Do we have an abacus?
No iPhone or iPhones, no Apple Watches, sundial only.
Yeah.
Like,
Sundial.
It is so
Very.
funny. It's so interesting. Like when we were growing up in the education system, like they were like, there was a school of thought, at least that go up to a certain point of like no calculators.
Right. You got to learn to do the math. Yeah.
Jokes on those people because like I don't do it. I mean, I do some quick math periodically, but like anything that requires like any like detail, like I'm not getting a pen and paper.
Doing division in my head.
Yeah.
But I mean,
yeah. No.
I'm going to be the loser here, but I think it's so good for your brain to learn that stuff as a kid.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
To not allow
I'm
calculators,
saying-
I think is a good thing.
I'm saying
for
some of the
kids.
simple math stuff that makes sense. You need to know how to like divide and multiply and subtract and do it on a paper, but then like at a certain point, like
You're talking about like
pull a
long
calculator.
division or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, anything like from there forward, basically.
But I
Yeah,
think
and
that part of
algebra,
that
all
is
that.
problem solving. You're having to work at solving this problem.
I'll tell you what the problem is. I have an equation. My solution is a modern day solution. I pull out my phone and I type it in because the application of it at the end of the day is like
Hot
when
take.
I'm an adult, I'm not pulling out a scrap sheet of paper. Like I'll take notes from a meeting, but I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
set up like a
I'm not
15
You know, I think it's just about paying dues. You scratch it out on paper and then
to an extent,
eventually
sure.
you get to a place where you're allowed to use the calculator.
Yeah.
I took calculus in high school and that was a complete waste of time. I'm
Yeah,
never going to use
that's
any of
part
that
of-
ever.
I would say that's like that is like where my like hot take originates is there's a decent amount of things that we learned in high school or whatever. It's like what a colossal waste of time. Like
Yeah, definitely would have rather
Should've learned
learned
about-
like investing.
right, investing, car maintenance, like tax.
Yeah.
I'm
Growing a
pretty
garden.
solid on like actually they don't even try to teach people how to file their taxes. because I mean, you could teach them how to like do it through Intuit, TurboTax, but like don't teach them all the rules. That's like overly
So we
complicated.
got CPAs for. Yeah.
Right.
Dude, I have a friend who I was out to dinner with them, and my friend's mom texted him during dinner and was like, I owe the IRS like $56,000. And I was like, what the heck? And he's like, she just has not paid taxes. And I was like, is the thing people are doing out there? Apparently that's the thing. They just don't pay their taxes.
You're like Wesley Snipes? What?
Yeah.
Just kidding. Like Sean Kingston? Is it you? Who said, was that session 1 or session 2? Someone just said, I think it was session 2. Somebody said, oh, Emily, yeah. He
Was
like,
that when the two of you were having a private conversation in the chat? Is that
that
when
wasn't me and Caleb. This was me and Emily Brace. Because
Okay.
and somebody else was in there too. But
Yeah.
somebody mentioned, yeah, she was like, oh yeah, like these are the hip hop stars from our like childhood. And she listed like Akon, Lil Wayne, and Sean Kingston. I was like, I don't think I would have included Sean Kingston in the list. And she rattled off 2 songs, and I was like, how did that make your top 3 list?
What's that? Did he do Beautiful Girls? You beautiful
Yeah.
girls.
Mhm.
And then there's like something about, is it 911 and Shawty dancing on the dance floor or something like that? Is that him? I don't know. There was one other song she mentioned or
Beats
whatever.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. But that wouldn't have been on metal.
Kind of unrelated.
Tax evasion.
But
Yeah.
on Monday's episode, they talked about 6-7 and the whole like 6-7 phenomenon.
Oh yeah.
And they're like just going back and forth about that. And Jake was just talking about like, you know, how much he's so it's just like this unfunny thing that like people are making. It makes no sense. Well, I was just thinking about that song 8675309. I was just thinking like I haven't seen like a meme about that song. There's probably something funny. There's probably a way to make that funny. The whole 6-7 thing.
You could do it, Caleb. You could go viral.
You can go viral.
Yeah.
Let's do it right now. So let's figure it out right now.
Yeah.
There was I actually liked this one cheer that's been kind of going viral. And it's like these like little junior cheerleaders. And they're doing this like, come on, boys, let's score. Let's get 6-7 more. Come on, boys, let's score. Or something like that. But that's very clever because it's like 6 points for a touchdown, 7 if you get the extra point.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't
No, it
know
is
the
clever.
Origin. And I guess maybe I'll listen to Monday's episode. Maybe they cover it.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually had to look. I looked it up because at my church, they made an announcement for youth group, and the guy who runs our youth group like made a 6-7 joke. And I was just like, what is this? I need to understand. And I Googled it, and essentially Wikipedia told me that 6-7 is nothing. That it really is just like it's not it doesn't actually really mean anything. It's just like it's viral for no reason. And
for me, though, the first like several weeks of this, I thought that it meant mid, like average, like 6 or 7.
That was my initial like explanation that I heard from somebody is saying like, oh, a girl, she's like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. So she's kind of like, and I was kind of like,
hold on for the culture. That's awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
And then I also heard
more about objectifying women, Corey. Go ahead.
That's what I heard it was. And I was just kind of like, why are we using this? You know, but then I've heard some other explanations too. And I don't understand the other ones either.
Yeah, no, I really don't think there's like an actual, like, I think that's the thing about it that's like frustrating for some people because like it's not rooted in a real joke. Like it's not, there's no like true substance to it. It really is just like,
oh, you know what this reminds me of? Your Mom Goes to College from Napoleon Dynamite. Like it didn't actually come from anywhere or like mean anything. Hold on, are we frozen?
You're definitely frozen.
Hold on, it's probably my
phone. Am I frozen?
No,
you're not. You're fluid. Oh, now we're hazy.
You're blurry.
Yeah. Oh,
back.
I am. Yep. Zoomed in on me. About to mess that up. Hey. And we messed it up.
But yeah, I remember like when your mom goes to college, and like when we were saying that as kids, and I remember like friends' moms would be like, "You never said that?"
I don't think so.
Okay. Did you ever say that, Alex?
No, bud.
Napoleon Dynamite, which they also just talked about in the pod. But yeah, your mom goes to college, and I thought like we all thought it was hilarious, but like it didn't actually mean anything. And like when Kip says it in the movie, it doesn't make any sense. It's just funny. So yeah. nonsensical humor.
Mm.
It still has an origin point. I think that's
Yeah, there's like a song or something um that has 6 7 in
that's
it.
what I heard too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at us. Of all the things we could be talking about, we're talking about 6.
I
I
wonder
know.
if this is like particularly like this is like a particularly millennial frustration. Like
Mm,
it's almost like we've become boomers, like
boomers.
boomer
Yeah.
millennial thing. We're
That's
just like,
Hey,
literally
yeah,
the segment is called "Hey, call me old," but that's what Jake
yeah,
calls the segment.
okay.
yeah. No, I definitely have some boomer tendencies. I find myself being a little bit more like, oh, these kids.
Yeah.
Alex, are you actually younger than us though?
I'm 33.
Yeah, we're
Dang.
34.
Dang it.
Cool.
We're the
Yeah.
we're the elder.
much older. Whoa.
It's like Jake.
I
Jake
feel like I was like, I thought it was gonna be more, but yeah. You guys were born in 1991.
yeah, Jesse
Cool.
Plattner.
Wow, the math did pay off. It's good.
Hey.
It's just that I know what year I was born in. So
Yeah, I know.
Oh
She didn't use a calculator.
my gosh.
Okay.
Uh,
What are you saying?
Jesse
Jake?
Plattner is born he's 2 days older than me. And then Jake
Wait,
Triplet,
sorry.
Jesse Plattner.
Jesse Plattner is
No, no.
34.
No, we just heard he was 27.
Oh my gosh, I'm
What are you
messing up.
talking about? No way.
messing it up. I'm so sorry. His birthday is 2 days before mine, but yeah, year wise,
Okay.
you're right. So forget about that.
He's 7.
That's not
Comparison
possible.
to you. Jake is 1 day younger than me. So Jake,
Oh.
his birthday's the day after mine.
Mm.
How old is
How
Brad?
old is Brad?
Oh yeah. thought.
I think Brad is a little bit older than Jake.
Like by a year?
Maybe. I want to say like by a year. We could find out.
I don't care that much.
No. It's not. We don't need to do this.
Yeah, sorry.
He would actually done it if we didn't discourage himself.
You're a good friend, Corey. You really are.
Yeah, when you
One of my favorite moments from Gulf Shores was when the karaoke started and when you were performing, Caleb. And I was like, Corey is such a good friend. He was just there with the phone. Like people were making fun of you, Caleb, because you had the phone. Corey definitely recorded, I think, at least 3 songs
I did, yeah.
before he put his phone away. And I was like, he's such a good friend. Recording Caleb singing right now. It really did warm my heart.
I think I recorded through your song, and then I was like, I think I might be done.
Yeah,
with karaoke. Because
I feel like I've heard the feedback that the song that I did the sound was terrible. And
which I felt bad for because it was
I do,
the mic's
yeah, because I
fault.
was like, oh, I mean, I'm like pretty loud. So then like if it was really loud for people,
I actually said
I
that,
feel
so I heard
bad.
you say this.
But what's
Yeah.
great is that it's a small enough crowd to where like we all recognize like it was just a part of the like unspoken that
Yeah.
like phenomenal vocal job.
Yeah.
It's just like the crackly mic. So it was
Yeah.
the crackly mic.
I feel bad about it though. I'm
You
like,
can
man,
also recognize the mad skills happening at the same time.
yeah, I
I
mean,
don't feel bad about it. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, we were there for it. I was cheering for it. I mean, I was cheering for every song.
I
but-
think, yeah. And you were, it's funny when you recall, I mean, you've heard the story probably because if you listen to some of the things, but Caleb was like, oh man, Timon, what a boss move to like he could do it without the thing. And I was like, I think Timon just like had listened to the audio
enough. And he was like,
and was
yeah,
like, I don't think we need to do this, whatever. But up to the point when you sang, nobody else was like
loud.
belting, like really
Yeah.
Given full
like,
voice.
yeah.
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 I think
Yeah.
the first one was Caleb, and then you already had audio issue. Like you had a phone issue, whatever.
I did like a
Yeah.
commercial come up in the middle of the song or
I think
something.
it locked.
It was-
touch the
yeah.
button or something, right?
Switch. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
pushed
yeah.
the lock button and it just.
And then Lily and Kara did the
Muppet Man or Muppet song. Yeah.
And then you went right after that, right? Or
I think so, maybe shortly after. I don't. Yeah.
They were so awesome. I
were.
played because
They were.
obviously I
They're so cool.
recorded like almost maybe every song that happened, and I remember like the first night being home, and I like was casting it to the TV, and just like going through all these songs, and like Shelby and the kids, like kind of interested at first, but then like after like 10 minutes of it, it's like
Yeah. It's like.
so I just started giving like little like 20, 30-second clips of each.
Mhm.
But I still love like the
Corey,
moment.
like, that's literally how I felt the whole time. But
yeah, I was gonna say there was definitely like a group of us in the back. Those of us that cannot sing well, like I would assume I was in that group with them. Like Alvaro was back there, and who else am I thinking? Samuel,
mhm.
the Carmels. Yep.
Yeah.
And there was a moment. Again, you probably heard me say this already. Just like there's a moment when like towards the end, someone gets up to sing a song, and like Samuel was just like, just got like, oh boy, like more, like we're still doing this.
You guys are
Happy
blurry
to sit back
again,
down.
by the way.
Yeah, Caleb's fixing it. Not yet.
We can go right here.
Switch. Oh,
Oops.
whoops. Boom.
Boom.
No,
There
no,
you
no.
are.
So I think there's a question we always ask in these.
Always.
Mm.
So we want to hear, you said your like origin story kind of, you like quickly went through it
Oh yeah.
like through Trey Kennedy, but like I guess give us more of that, and then tell us
Yeah.
also like Gulf Shores, was that your first event or like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I got I had like seen Trey Kennedy stuff, I think on YouTube. I think that's where I saw some of his things. And then actually May and her roommates at the time, it was like during COVID, and I think like Jake and Trey did like a comedy special or like something like that.
Yeah.
And so they hosted like a viewing of that, and I didn't end up going like I didn't end up being able to go watch it at their house, but that was like the first time I heard, like I remember hearing Jake's name,
Yeah.
because I think he like opened for Trey or something.
Was it
Uh
like, it was like a digital thing, right? You
yeah.
could
Like
like
it was
pay
like you
to
could like
watch
stream
it?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So, and I think that's how Jake ended up like starting stand up.
Yeah.
So that was when I first heard Jake's name. And then at some point in 2020, while I was just like trying to find a podcast, I think I had like tried Correct Opinions, but Trey was just doing it by himself.
Yeah.
And it was okay. And then I think Ghost Runners got suggested to me just like from the algorithm. So I started listening to Ghost Runners, and I distinctly remember like there was this one episode where like there's this like group of guys who live in like Minnesota or Michigan or something. They refer to themselves as the I'm Down Boys.
Yeah, I'm
And
down,
it was like,
boys.
yes. So they left, it was like the first time that they left a voicemail. And it like that, I don't know why, but like to this day, it like is like one of the funniest things to me, like in life. Like listening to that voicemail, listening to how Brad and Jake were like responding to it and like making fun of it and stuff. So I was like at that point I was like pretty much locked in because I was like their sense of humor is so specific.
Yeah.
Like it was just like really funny. And then there was another episode where they were quoting Remember the Titans, and there's this, it's like this is so like niche, but there's this one part in Remember the Titans where like Denzel Washington says something to his daughter and she's like, "Yes, daddy." Like she says it in a very weird way. And Brad, like Jake and Brad quoted that and were laughing about it. I was like, someone else noticed that in that movie. No one else in my life has ever like said anything about this. And I've been thinking about it since I've been in like second grade, like when this movie came out. So I was like, they are so funny. And then I don't remember how, but like it came up in converse, like Ame and I like found out we were both listening to it.
Oh,
Um,
like
which was like
without
actually really
you
sweet.
knowing?
So there's this like one time that we May and I were going to like this Bible conference, and we both like we drove separately. And when we got there, we were like, "Hey, like I actually got a gift for you." And she was like, "You got a gift for you?" So we like go to give like exchange our gifts. We both had bought each other Ghost Runners t-shirts. It was like so funny.
Nice.
So then yeah, so like at that point we were just like, "Yeah, we're both ghosties." So May and I went to see Trey, and Jake opened for them, or for him, not them, him. Jake opened for Trey, and then we got to meet Jake after the show, which was like really fun. The show was in Baltimore. We had a really bad experience going to a Popeyes and then being chased by a man who had road rage. And then after that, uh, like a few years later, we went to Grande Boo,
Oh, nice.
and that was like really fun. And then that year they announced that they were going to do Gulf Shores. I think like they had done the getaway the year before, and then they announced they were going to do it in Gulf Shores, and we really wanted to go, but like it just didn't make sense like money wise and stuff. And
Yeah.
then this year I was listening to the podcast. I was sitting at work and they were talking about it, and I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just pull the trigger. So I just like bought the ticket while I was like at work, and I texted May and I was like, uh, I'm going. Are you coming with me? We 5 people. She was like, yes. So yeah, so then we met Kara and Lily, and yeah, then we were there in Gulf Shores, and then I met you guys. So that's the long and short of it. But
Nice.
yeah.
For the room with 4 people, did
Yeah.
you booked the whole room and then you kind of farmed out the other
Yeah,
spots?
basically.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to pay, someone has to like
Okay.
buy the room, and then it's your responsibility to like find the roommates. Or I guess like if a man and I like, if we had it like that, then we could have just had the room to ourselves and each like
Yeah,
had
yeah.
our own bed. But yeah.
I think there maybe was a couple of circumstances, maybe like on the second session where like for the guys' room, or at least like where they didn't have enough people or something, right? Initially.
Yeah, I think so.
That was part of
Yeah,
the reason why we ended up being able to stay. Like we ended up being able to
I
stay.
assume so. That's what I kind of had assumed. Because Alvaro originally wasn't gonna stay the whole time, and then
Right.
he like
Same with us too.
switched and was gonna stay. Yeah.
I didn't even stay in the house in the second session. I stayed like down the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
It was
I stayed
how it
with
all- go ahead.
with Tyler
Tong.
Tyler Tong and Justin. I mean,
Mhm.
just went there like to sleep and then
Yeah.
stayed at the place. It was more comfortable like to actually like be in the house and like have my stuff in the house.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, especially like going back and forth from like the beach and stuff. That would kind of
Like,
suck.
back for the day basically. So I didn't have
Yeah.
to go back and forth, but yeah. Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
fun. Love it.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally what happened is there was a room that had 2 king beds, and Brett's like, "Hey, we had a cancellation or something.
Oh yeah.
If you guys want this room, we'll figure something out. We'll work something out." And then Corey and I were like going back and forth about it, like
For
like
a couple weeks.
a couple weeks,
Yeah.
yeah. And we hadn't
So were
gotten
you in like a bunk room originally, or like?
No, we shared a king initially.
Oh, okay.
yeah, session 1, we shared a king. That was a great time. We talked about it just a little bit ago, like how it was the difference between like sharing the bunk with 4 guys and then just having like a little like a king bed with Corey. That was like our little married couple session 1.
Weird, like, because I don't know, when you get married, like how often are you sharing a bed with like another person? Was that like was that like weird?
Oh, you mean like me and
No,
him?
yeah, for like the two of you, because it's like every other time that you get in bed with someone else, I hope it's only your wife.
Yeah.
Or children or whatever. But
But
yeah.
yeah, you got kids. You got kids. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but I think because of our history, like we grew up
Yeah.
together. Like the past 17 years, we've been best friends. So
Yeah.
yeah,
guess.
we were in high school together, and church camps and things like that.
Yeah.
So
That wasn't the first time we
Shared a bed.
maybe I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was.
I don't know.
And hey, if we had shared a bed previously, then it was probably an even smaller bed than that. So
Yeah. Like a queen bed or something.
yeah, there probably was like a couple of church camp trips that like we were driving to the camp in another state, and there's like a mid hotel stay.
Yeah. Like
Midway.
a 6-7 hotel stay.
6-7. Yeah,
like a mid.
Uh,
Just kidding. But
sorry. And so anyway, we reached out to Brad like, hey, we're in. We're
Ready to pull the
definitely
trigger.
in.
Mhm.
Because we had to find other people to fill the spaces. So we were like, I talked to Alvaro. I was like, hey Alvaro, will you stay on session 2
Yeah,
in
yeah.
our room with us? And we still hadn't found a 4th. And so then reaching out to Brad and blah blah
Mhm.
blah. And then it's like, oh hey, actually that room's not available anymore. We're like, oh man. He's like, but there is a bunk bed room that has 2
You can
spots.
stay in a shack down the street.
Yeah. And honestly, when they explained that like we have another space, I was like, oh, the help, including Jake and Brad, like I'll just be in the same place.
Yeah.
That's not the case. There was 2. They had truly it was like, I mean, I'm grateful for the situation.
Yes, of
opportunity,
course.
but
Yes.
it was very much like the rundown, like wood panel, like
It wasn't that bad.
rusty
So that sounds-
appliances.
It was definitely more like of a rustic feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said
Rustic.
rusty.
Rusty.
Yes. It was
but but no, I mean, still grateful for it.
Dude, that was a nice couch. I took a little nap on that couch in between
Yeah.
sessions. That was a nice one.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Yeah, I had to use the water view. Yeah, it was a great place. What are you talking about?
it was a view of the intercoastal,
Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
whatever. But it was nice.
Right.
But yeah,
not the
it
pearl.
was not the
Yeah.
pearl. Yeah,
It was not the pearl.
yeah.
Um. Oh shoot! I had something I wanted to bring up. Darn it!
Whenever the air would turn on, the room would kind of vibrate a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
So the home was made of driftwood. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I want to ask. Okay, so you mentioned earlier about like that you had you seen the episode of Ghost Runners, both the Monday, Wednesday that I was on before the trip?
Yes.
See, what's funny is that only like 3 people of like the 50 or 60 people ever even like was like, oh hey, you were just on. Because a lot of people either weren't current or like they just
Mhm.
listened to audio or something. So I think like a lot of people hadn't even realized that or hadn't even seen those episodes yet. I was expecting it to be like I'm gonna be answering a lot of questions and like people are gonna be like, oh hey, what was it like on?
Like
And
I had a Sharpie so I could
Yeah.
like give my autograph
Yeah,
out
yeah.
to people.
I was expecting
Had
full-on
headshots.
celebrity treatment, and
Yes.
people were like,
not like that, you know what I'm saying?
eh.
I was just expecting like it to be a little bit more part of like the conversation.
I was
Like
expecting
met
more
somebody.
people to want to take pictures with me on the first
Right.
day.
It was just fun, and it was like it was nice. It was a little humbling. It was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, we are all here on the same page.
Yeah.
Like,
I do think that like actually going to Gulf Shores is super helpful in that regard because before I like even when I went to Grande Boo, I still had this sort of like ghosty hierarchy in my mind where I was like, oh, Janelle Bunyel is like
oh yeah,
the
royalty.
queen of all ghosties, and I don't think I can like look her in the eyes. Like she's just like so cool. And
Yeah.
like I remember meeting her at Grande Boo, and she was like, oh yeah, like being here, like it's not even really about Jake and Brad. Like I just want to like see all the people I've become friends with. And like inside I was like, I roll, like whatever.
Right,
It's
right.
definitely about Jake and Brad. But like actually going to Gulf Shores and like spending time with people, I was like, I mean, yes, Jake and Brad are like what they're the ones who like bring us together. But
Right.
like
Right.
I genuinely like hope that like next year like I would be I think genuinely equally excited to like see you guys as I would be to like hang out with Jake and Brad or like to like hang out with the Braces again or like Kara and Lily like because it really does feel like oh my gosh like I just met all these people who like I just feel like we're really like friends, you know? So like I do think that that's really cool, but it's hard to like actually have a tangible sense of that when you only experience the podcast through like watching it or listening to it because you don't have that like human connection. So you just like hear these names come up and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Alvaro, like they really, really like Alvaro. He's really special. But it's like Brad really, I think
Doesn't like
they
Alvaro.
both do like a really good job of just being like, yeah, they're
I had the exact same thoughts and feelings and everything. And then when we started this podcast, I was nervous to invite people on at first because I thought,
Yeah, the first
maybe
one was
people-
Maddie.
yeah, Maddie,
yeah.
Yeah.
and she was the perfect one to break the ice because she was somebody that I, from like my algorithm in the Facebook group, like I saw a lot of her comments and posts, and then like when she did a video of her dancing along to the dentist song.
She was kind of like at the initial peak of her ascension to,
Yeah.
when we
To
had her on.
Ghostie
Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was always writing jingles and like you
Yeah.
heard her name a lot. And
Yeah.
Alvaro, same thing. So especially when those two, and then Laura Ann, that she was somebody. So I'd say those 3 ghosties, like being in the very early stages of our podcast, being guests on our show, it was like after we had them on, and you just have a conversation, and you just realize, it's not just that they're like, oh yeah, they're normal people. They're really cool. Like,
yes,
nobody thought they were like the cat's pajamas or anything. Like, it was awesome. And then the fact that you become friends, and then we actually you'll be added to tonight. We have like this little group chat.
Ready for another group chat?
Oh,
This one's more wholesome. Like
it's
okay. I will
very rare.
keep it tame.
No, you need to bring the session 2 sass. All right.
I do want to ask in that set. So Santo Mac is in there. She's also
Brittany,
and she has a very like if we ever have a question, like I now want to ask the I'm down.
Oh yeah,
like,
Santo
which
Mac.
episode is that?
Yeah.
Like give me the actual number. Like if you didn't know it. I was gonna ask her. So
Yeah, I don't know what episode number that
I'm
is.
sure
I
she
would love
has
to
it.
know so I can
Yeah.
go back and listen.
She's another one. So I would probably
She
say
has like notes like on
Yeah,
everything.
that's amazing.
those are probably the four people. Yeah, because so Santo Mac, just because that was Brittany on the Facebook group. It's a picture of Brad from when
God,
he's younger.
yes, I was very confused by that for quite some time.
Yeah, so having her on and her being
Uh,
so cool, like she's such
Oh,
a
yeah.
cool person, and like I think we talked about baseball.
He
With
was
her,
one of my
right?
favorites initially.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just like she was very like her sense of humor is more like closer to mine, where she's like
Mhm.
opportunistic sometimes with humor, like jumps in and
Yeah.
says something. Like
Yeah.
that's my favorite type of
Oh,
humor.
and a really funny little side story. We had like a little, so the group chat is called Ghosties Assemble. It's
Mm.
a reference to our 4th of July episode that we did. And Corey, we were talking like, what should we name this? Because we had like
Yeah.
a bunch of ghosties on. It was like,
Mm.
have you seen that episode? Maybe that doesn't matter.
No.
For some reason, I thought it was going to be like a really popular episode. It's one of our lowest performing episodes for some reason. And even though it has like 9 different ghosties, we're all on together.
People don't really like
I don't know.
Avengers.
For whatever reason.
I on it. Okay. I do think it's a thing though, like when you don't know other ghosties, like because your on ramp to the community before you meet other people is Jake and Brad. And so there is this sort of like celebrity status thing that I do think exists, even though that's not like what they're trying to cultivate, but it's just like I'm here because of these people.
Yeah.
And they're like, I will just like, being vulnerable for myself, like there was like I have like had gone through like feeling like really insecure about like, oh, like are Jake and Brad like gonna like me? Are they gonna think that I'm funny? Or like, can I like Janelle, like these other ghosties are like Jake and Brad really, really like them, but they're like, I'm just kind of like here. Like I think it is easy to like, I don't know, just kind of like get in your head about
Yeah.
that. And so like the idea of being like, well, I want to like listen to other ghosties talk is like, well, that just feels like they're like cool kids, and I'm also like not
Yeah.
part of the like I'm not really like in. And like which I don't think that's like anything that's like intentionally being cultivated, but just like I mean, in my experience of like my own insecurity, that's definitely something that like I'd felt before. And going to Grandezvous like really helped when I was able to just like connect with people one on one. But then Gulf Shores, it's like such a concentrated amount of time together, and it's like so fun, and you have like deep conversations and lighthearted conversations. So it was like, oh yeah, we're all just like chill. And then like I think on the Gulf Shores episode, like they talked about our like the whole thing in the truck, and so like my name got mentioned, and it's like then you realize once your name is mentioned in the podcast that like it doesn't actually change anything in your relationship to Jake and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
zero bearing.
Yeah.
I don't
You're telling
not
me.
you're like cooler to them or
Exactly.
like my relationship to them has not changed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
like cooler or like famous or like it's yeah.
But
They're
I
just
think,
telling stories about their friends. Like that's
Exactly.
really all it is.
yeah, just recounting their experiences like they would in
Yeah.
a week, but that affected them that week. But I think all of us, like, I'm sure everybody, because I had some of that too, is like going into it was like, what interactions am I going to have with Jake?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
what interactions am I going to have with Brad? Because going into it, like he had just come back from like
Kansas City.
Recording with them,
Ghostie
yeah.
whatever, and I'm coming in new, but like you had said, like, oh, Brad like is excited to like meet
He
you
was, like,
and
asking about
crack
Corey.
that,
Mhm.
yeah, like figure out what's Corey about, whatever. But I was just like, I had no, I don't know, I didn't really
Yeah.
know, so it's kind of just like curious to see how that was going to play out, or whatever.
Yeah.
And you had some moments where you were like, I'm not sure what Jake really thinks about me, or whatever. So like, yeah, I mean, because
Yeah.
Jake is a little hard to read, I think,
Mhm.
sometimes with like, is he like having a good time with you, or is he like, but yeah, I mean, I think I'm sure everybody really experienced that.
It's like the most random thing too, where we're sitting underneath the tent. It became part of my like accolade in session 1, but it was like we had already been together. Like I had, gone in and podcasted with them, and like we had breakfast and lunch together, and Jake drove me to the airport. We had a really cool conversation about like spiritual gifts and like cool like just there's a lot of history here. And then the one thing that like he stopped me and he was like, "Hold on a second, let me write that down." Was and he like puts it in his phone notes is when I'm telling the story about like very quickly in passing, just mentioning how I was in this Kohl's dressing room and I had my AirPod in and I'm listening to the podcast and I thought I was alone in the dressing room and like I'm taking shirt on and off, you
Mhm.
don't want knocking your AirPod out, so I take my AirPod out and I'm listening to the pod on my speaker like alone in this dressing room.
Yeah.
And then Brad says something, and I just hear like a guy a couple doors down, just like, just like, so he like, anyway, and it was just funny. Like of all of the conversations, of all the moments we've had, like
Yeah.
it's funny. Like you have no idea what the thing is that's just gonna like make somebody be like, oh, that's funny, or like that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
there's so many. Yeah, exactly. What you said it's hard to read, but like what I think like they set the tone and it's like we all come together like we at these gatherings is like we all come together like so many different people types and personalities,
Mhm.
but like Jake and Brad just set that tone for
Yeah.
cutting up and being funny, roasting
Yeah.
people, but also like having those encouraging moments,
Mhm.
saying something really like there's multiple times where Brad would just like call out my insecurity or something like, hey dude, don't think that way, or like, hey, why are you doing that? No, don't think that way. And
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Mhm.
oh, and he's like, why are you apologizing? Like the little moments like that where
Yeah.
it wasn't like, dude, just get in line, man. It wasn't like that. It was
Yeah.
like really cool, just like little
Yeah.
teaching,
Yeah.
like older brother moments or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bob would be a really good older brother.
Yeah. And ironically, he's the youngest
Youngest,
brother.
and Jake is the older brother. Yeah.
Yeah. Does Jake just have the one sibling, one sister?
I think so. I've only ever heard of Caitlin. It would be really funny if he this whole time there's been like a third brother or like a middle brother and they've literally never mentioned it.
Yeah.
I think
He
it's
just
just
comes on the
Caitlin.
pod one day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. But like what you said earlier about like there being like a hierarchy and like a what it's so funny that it just kind of like it exists in some people's minds, but then like
Mhm.
once you're in person and you're meeting people you realize like
Yeah.
no, yeah, it's just like so much fun because it's not like a exclusive community, it's a very
Yeah.
inclusive community.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that was one of the best feelings ever, is especially like the whole week. And I got like Jake roasted me so much throughout both sessions just because I'm easy to roast. Like
Yeah.
I'm just
You
so
are very
easy to
roastable,
roast.
Caleb.
Yeah. You
And
So
provide
roastable.
opportunities too for like, I think Jake is also very similar, an
opportunistic
opportunistic
Mhm.
jokes.
Yes.
joke. So yeah.
Yeah. But there was like a moment where we were on the volleyball court and like I dove like head first and like saved a ball. And like he was like, I'm gonna remember that. Like, so there was those moments where you feel like, yeah, man.
I'm
Cool.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But then you realize like you haven't like and then
Yeah.
like
10 minutes
hour
later, yeah.
you're getting roasted again. And it's like it's not
What
not
happened?
yeah, you're like learning to it's not like a yes or no, in or out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Because
we're
they
all in
really
this
treat us
together.
like we're just friends. Like
Yeah.
I think that's it. It's really amazing like how they're able to do that. Because I think it would be I think a lot of people in their position could easily just treat everyone like we're just fans. Like, like they
Yeah.
could like capitalize on the fact that like people want to be close to them or people want them to like really like them. And I feel like Jake and Brad don't do that. They just treat everyone like we're just a bunch of friends, like hanging out. And, like they're aware that
Yeah.
people are, there for them and they'll like take pictures with people and stuff. They're not like weird about that. But
Yeah.
yeah, they will like praise you and also roast you because it's like what you do with your friends, like
Yeah.
just
Did
Yeah.
you get a picture with Jake and Brad?
I think I got individual pictures with both of them.
I
Like,
totally
see it.
forgot to do that during the Gulf
Yeah.
Shores trip. I have one from like in Kansas City, like outside of Chick-fil-A, but
Flex, yeah.
I want flex. No, like
On location.
those like beachfront sunset photos that people got with Jake and Brad, like those are such great
Oh, I
photos.
didn't get any of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should maybe next year when we have our
Next year.
lives on our side,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh my gosh, yes, please bring your wives. I want to meet them and be their friend.
It's gonna be hard. Like I think it's probably gonna be choosing one session next year instead of both. It's gonna be hard choosing which session and then like trying to make sure that like we all coordinate to like the
Yeah.
right session. It's probably not gonna happen. There's
Probably
probably
not. I mean, I feel like what we could do is like if the session two group me lives on, which I'm trying not to be like pessimistic about it, but I'm sort of waiting for the day it dies. Because I'm like, are we really gonna like are we really gonna like I mean it's a fun time, but most of the
I
time
think
these
maybe we've all
things
thought that. Yeah.
have an expiration date. But like if it's still going, maybe we can just like coordinate on the like
Yeah.
in between day or something.
Yeah. What I would
Season.
like, I would like the session 2, like some people from session 2 to be a part of like the longer session. Like,
Yeah.
because session 1 had that extra bonus day, which
Yeah.
was, it was
Yeah.
nice to have that. But hey,
Yeah.
whatever happens, it's going to be great. Like, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's like,
It'll be a fun time.
especially because it was all of our first one. Like,
Mm,
it was just like
It was a lot of
magic,
first-
you
yeah.
know?
yeah.
I'm not sure if Keijo will go. I think it's mostly about the childcare thing. Is like,
Yeah.
I mean, she also doesn't listen to the podcast, my wife, at all.
And you know
so
what? I'm telling you, Clearwater Beach is a 1-to-1 of Gulf Shores. Like,
Yeah,
we,
just bring it here.
yeah, let's just do it in Clearwater Beach. Like,
You're telling me I don't have any power.
oh
I
no,
will,
I know. But
you should
also,
tell them.
well, no, it's a huge drive. Like, that's an
Oh
additional
yeah, like we're at the
6
bottom.
hours of
So,
driving.
Oh,
It
I
wouldn't be
see.
worth it.
like 30 minutes
Yeah,
for
Gulf
us.
Shores is definitely
Mm,
that house is phenomenal, and it's a
Yeah.
great setup.
And he already booked it.
Yeah, that's
So-
true too.
true. Because he
What-
was on his laptop
Yeah.
driving.
Oh man, poor guy.
That
I
was
mean,
fun.
like he talked about it extensively with us and stuff like that, and using his phone. And then he said on the pod, and he got kind of roasted on.
I mean, did you
the
see
Facebook
on
group.
Facebook?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. What I
so-
mean,
Like there was a mom
you
who
should
was
be
like, my
ashamed.
son died. And I was like, ooh, red.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough. That's a hard one to respond to. But he responded
yeah,
well.
he
He
handled
did very humbly. He did, which was
Thanks.
great.
I mean, yeah, Brad is like very good at those because he also responded about like the Charlie Kirk thing.
Mm.
Because
Oh, I didn't see that.
it was very. I think it was like one post, but
Yeah,
then
somebody was like,
things
You
happened.
would think they would have more of a stance or something, like
Oh,
right? Or like you would expect or whatever. They use like
yeah.
scripted words, I think.
And then it was cool that a couple of maybe like I think Tammy Mason had posted something that her husband had said, which was really cool, like some wisdom in that. And then when Brad
Mhm.
came on, just he says it, he's very well spoken.
Yeah, it's true.
Good times.
Mm.
You had said something a while ago when we first talked about you coming on Ghosties on Second about you mentioned something about mental health.
Oh, yeah.
You recall what you were gonna talk about?
Yeah, it's like a story about Dr. Ben and his poop story. Natural segue to mental health. Yeah. It was, yeah. So when we were in Gulf Shores, Courtney and Ben Miller were there. And so I got to like tell them this story, which was just like really sweet because yeah, I have struggled with like mental health for a long time. And in like 2023, or kind of like it was like summer of 22 into like the beginning of 2023, I just like my mental health like really, really, really declined in a significant way, to the point where I was just like super depressed.
Yeah.
I was like struggling with like suicidal ideation. Like it was really, really bad. And my friends, like they did like a whole intervention and like I had to go to the hospital and ended up going to like this Christian, I don't even like, it's kind of like a rehab or like mental health facility. So
Yeah.
I like was in middle of nowhere, Florida for like 45 days
Wow.
at this like mental health place, just trying to like work through some stuff like with like my family and like things between me and the Lord and just a lot of stuff, to kind of, yeah, like just get me out of this really deep and dark spiral that I had been in. And so like, going there obviously was like really hard and I was not doing well. And that spring while I was there, I was still listening to Ghost Runners, and one of the episodes that they um yeah, published that while I was there was when they had like ghosties tell stories. And so the episode where like they called Ben Miller and he like told a story about like the poop burrito. So he like met Courtney's family and then he had like basically had a huge blowout in the bathroom and like clogged the toilet and like had to like carry this poop log across to the other like bathroom and like took a shower in their house. Like it was a really crazy story. If you have not listened to it, you should go listen to it because it's pretty wild. But it like made me laugh so much. And like it just was like a piece of joy that came to me when I was like, just, I could not like find joy and stuff. Like I could like, it was like, I knew how to like kind of power through, but like I just wasn't like, I wasn't joyful. Like I wasn't really like laughing about a lot. I wasn't like, I don't know. Obviously I was like super unhappy. I was like depressed and suicidal. And so like, it was just really like special to like, I remember like where I was sitting at this facility. Like I remember I can imagine it and like see it like so clearly in my mind because it was just like I was just sitting there listening to this story and I was like, this is so funny. And it just like got me to laugh.
Yeah.
Um, and so like it was just really special to like be able to share that with like Ben and Courtney. Because Ben was like, yeah, I was like not excited that she volunteered me to talk about that this very public podcast. I was like, well, the Lord used it, like
Yeah.
help me, so thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I don't. I mean, it wasn't like Ghost Runners like rescued me from all my problems, but like it was just really sweet that like I think the Lord like met me in that time where I was like just unwell, and used the podcast as a way of like just like bringing some more lightness
Yeah.
into my life in a season that was like so incredibly heavy, and you know like really unbearable in a lot of ways. And so, yeah, it just I was so thankful that I got to like tell Ben and Courtney Miller that because like yeah, God used you to help me when I was like really unwell. So yeah,
In the most interesting way. Yeah.
yeah, in the most interesting way. Your poop story,
We
saving lives.
we listened to that, I think,
On the way home.
home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
before the memes creation like took
Mm,
off, really.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
Man, that was a wild day.
But yeah, that was the first time we had both heard, I think at least.
No, I heard it.
Oh, you heard it before.
I heard it before in a
In
I-
a clip or something?
yeah, I had
Yeah.
mentioned to Courtney. Well, Courtney was also the one who like questioned the year before, questioned
oh,
time.
time and
is
his
wild.
time, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
So
right.
like my interactions with Courtney, like on the Facebook group or like Instagram live video or something, were only, I don't even know if she remembers this, but like I've only ever kind of like jested, like joked on them before. Like I did not believe the Dr. Ben Miller story. I didn't believe that it was real. Like I thought that it was not that you were like lying, but I just thought that it was just
yeah,
big exaggeration
Like
and
yeah, yeah,
just to be funny on a podcast.
yeah.
And so like we hadn't had any like lighthearted positive interactions because anything I ever joked about, like there was never any responses to. And I was like, oh, that stinks. I hope that they didn't that they know that I'm just joking or whatever. But I like very quickly I learned like after talking to a couple different ghosties, they're like, no, that's a true story. Like that's definitely 100% true story. People who had met him before and stuff. And I was like, oh, legit? Like that's crazy. Okay, well that's awesome. That's crazy and it's unbelievable, but that's awesome. So then I grew to love it, and then I was
awesome.
yeah, no, it's an awesome.
So awesome.
Yeah.
It's what I mean
So
by
back
awesome
experience.
is that
Yeah.
it's
I just like when I clog people's toilets, I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Like gotta get your hands in there.
Yeah,
what's
got it.
awesome is that it's like it's a part of
Gross.
it's a part of the Ghost Runners culture now. Like
So disgusting.
everyone knows that story. Like that's
I would never recover. That family would never see me again. I would never.
you know, like the second or third time that I ever hung out at Shelby's house, I clogged the toilet, but it wasn't from like a big poop or something. Her dad had told me
Just had the best reaction.
her sorry. Her dad had told me like, hey, do a little courtesy flush or whatever, because like it's a pretty weak flusher that we have in that. And I just forgot to do the courtesy flush thing, and
He's like, I see you like, got tummy rumbles there, little young man. Like,
and it's just funny that like it's like if you knew her dad, it was just so embarrassing. But anyway,
Yeah.
so
Look at you now.
yeah, but I
Power
wasn't about to be carrying no turds or nothing like that. That's crazy. Oh my god.
That's so crazy and
I think-
nasty.
I was gonna say, I think it's funny on Correct Opinions. Pretty frequently, Katie mentions that Trey clogs the toilet, and I'm like, I don't think. I think when I was in high school, I probably did. I was using too much toilet paper, I'm sure.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't-
yeah.
I haven't clogged the toilet in
Real long time.
decade
Like that's
or
not that
something.
shouldn't be a normal occurrence.
Oh,
Yeah.
our plungers are pretty clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And by the way, maybe there's a reason to it, but like why isn't every toilet a power flush toilet? Like
Mm.
or
it's
just like just
Keep
standard
flushing.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
standard do the courtesy flush. Like
Yeah.
flush.
Yeah.
Plus that the smell goes away a little bit faster if you
yeah,
That's
no,
what I'm
100%.
saying. That's actually, you need to do it for the people coming in after you.
Yeah.
That's why it
Right.
occurs.
You know
that
the
courteous
spray,
to them.
Oh, yeah. The poopery.
poopery, little 2 sprays, and then. But you know what? I've had the same bottle of poopery
Let them
like
smell.
for like let them smell.
Like just the remnants. Like, I'm not giving them nothing.
Those bottles last
They
a
need
long
to
time.
know
Is what I'm
what
trying to
happened
say.
here.
Yeah.
Okay, can I give a correct opinion? That's not this show, but like
Yeah.
a very like a strong opinion that I have is that like people should not be offended when bathrooms smell. It is the place where you go to pee and
Yeah.
poop.
Yeah.
And if there's any place that you want to that should smell, it's that one place. If your whole house smells like poop, yeah, that's a problem. But if it smells like poop because someone just pooped in there, I think that should actually just be acceptable.
Yeah.
Because like that's what that place is for. And
With
I
you.
just feel really strongly about it.
And truly, like once the doors open, like there might be a little bit of a range
Yeah.
around the bathroom too. Even it's not like
It dissipates.
I
Yeah.
hear you, but I do. Yeah, there is something about the illusion of cleanliness or something that's like if you don't smell it, it doesn't exist.
yeah, but it
But-
still can be. The bathroom can still be clean. Like you still have an obligation to leave it
But
as clean
that's
as
part
you
of
found it.
yeah, but
or
that's
cleaner.
part of the thing is like for some reason it could be
Oh,
perfectly
you're like
clean.
it's tainted now. So
The
If it
poop
doesn't
smell is making it dirty.
Yeah.
yeah, if you can smell it, then you're thinking about it. But like if you don't smell it, if you walk into a bathroom that's just like clean and shiny, but it smells like poop in the air.
That's a first world American.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
not good. Is
that's
that what they were doing in Fiji, Caleb?
yeah.
No, thank God we had plumbing in Fiji. But you know where we didn't have plumbing? Shelby and I went to Mozambique and we were like out in the bush and it was like super far from civilization and
And Shelby in Ukraine.
it
too.
was a big Ukraine, that was a funny story too. But in Africa, it was literally like there was just like a mound with a hole. And at nighttime, if you have your headlamp on, you're like approaching because it's kind of off in the distance, and there were just those giant cockroaches just
Yeah.
all over. And if you approached the hole, they'd run inside the hole. But I did
And
it.
then you had to squat over that hole.
Yeah. And thankfully, I never had to use that hole. Like I always
Mhm.
waited until there was some place to go.
Like
But
I held it for 6 weeks.
I just didn't use the bathroom. Yeah. It was a miracle. My kidneys were busted. But
yeah. But dude,
you
there was
know,
one
they told
point
me.
where I did the flashlight and I like just looked down into the hole, and because it's a big freaking hole, it's like a cavern below you, and there were so many roaches just all over. It was one of the scariest things I ever saw, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And guess what? Our friend Anita, she has a story. She lived there for like a year at that mission space, and there's a story. There was a missionary who was using it, and because it's like caverned out.
Mm-hmm.
It caved in and they fell in. And that's all I'm gonna say. And they had to climb out and
The horror.
wash off the horror. Oh my gosh. I cannot I don't even like talking about it. So we're done talking about
they
that.
live to tell the story, so bless them for that.
You know what
Yeah,
reminds me?
but,
There's a song that the kids like, and it's like, when you poop, like you smell your own poop, you sit on the potty. Da, 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 da. Or there's one line. It's really funny, and it's if you eat alphabet soup, you just might poop the word poop.
I want to screenshot this because this is like the epitome of your friendship in my like.
It's
It's like Caleb is like, and Corey's just like,
If you eat alphabet
so
soup,
great.
you just might poop the word poop. It's hilarious. Okay, sorry.
I just
Wow.
that song sounds so terrible.
It's like a silly like
Yeah.
Okay.
for the purpose of teaching your kids to potty.
Yeah, it's like a potty training song or something.
I'd hope so.
Yeah, it's funny. Sheesh. All right, well, hey, it's been a great episode.
Yeah.
I don't want to end on that.
This has been Poop Talk with Caleb
Yeah,
and Corey,
20
our
minutes.
special guest Alex Payne.
Yeah.
I guess I want to ask you, do you have a favorite or a couple of favorite jingles?
Jingles. When Timon, I don't remember when he did the jingle to like "Hello" by Adele.
Yes. I thought you were gonna say
That
Yeah.
I that was like at that point, May and I had already connected with Lily and Kara, so we were on a group chat, and
Nice.
I remember texting all of them, and I was like,
Wow.
"Have you heard this? You need to listen to it. It is transcendent. It moved me. Like it was so good." I was like, "Oh, he's really good. Yeah, okay, Timon, I see you."
I think
I
that might
see
have
you.
been around the time when I also was like,
I'm taking a quick pick real quick. Sorry.
wow, like Timon can really, really sing.
Yes, yes, yes. So good.
And then
So good.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And then you posted in the chat about how like when he sings that R&B like on last week's
Oh
episode.
yeah,
Okay.
because he had those little like. I was like, okay, runs, yes.
I just listened to that actually. I think that was like at the end of the Wednesday episode.
Oh,
Right here.
Yeah, Timon is. There's this like really funny YouTube video I saw one time, which is like it was like a video on a cruise, and most of the people on the cruise were like black, and there's like this one white kid who gets up to sing during karaoke, and he starts singing some R&B song, and so like all the like black aunties and stuff are like catcalling him, and it's really hilarious. And I was just like, Timon could do that. He could get in a room full of black people, and they'd be like, so he could do it because he has it in him. Yeah,
he does.
he does. I could really see it. Yeah.
He might think that the Underground Railroad sounded fun, but
Yeah, he thought it was sick,
Yeah.
but he can sing
That's his
though.
redemption.
Mhm. Yeah, but he can sing.
you can sing. Awesome. Well, hey, I think this is a good spot to wrap. And dude, I mean, this has been so fun.
Yeah.
So fun. Thank you for coming on tonight. Really had a blast tonight. And
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys. This is like really fun.
we'll get
Yeah.
you'll in a few minutes you'll get added to the Ghosties Assembled group chat.
Ooh, so exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one day you'll get one of these t-shirts.
Oh, cool. Do you sell merch?
No. I had my dad make these t-shirts.
Oh,
Jeez. Do you
they're really cool t-shirts.
actually sell merch?
Do you guys?
He isn't an insult.
I know you didn't say it like that.
We're net negative.
We had 300 views on one of our videos, so
Yeah.
yeah, we sell merch.
Haven't you seen all the commercials on our episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many.
They're commercials.
Yeah. We're sponsored by Instacart. We don't even need Good Ranchers. We have Instacart.
Yeah, use code GRKC if you're buying from Good Ranchers, my friends. Don't forget to get sift faced with unsifted.
I don't think they're so.
I'm joking. I
I
know.
like they're not doing
I'm
unsifted
joking.
anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, get cozy with Cozy Earth.
Caleb gets upset because I'll be like, no, don't do that. Don't support. And Caleb's like, I'm just kidding. It's like, I know you're just kidding.
Yeah.
But also don't support. Like we don't get anything for it. Don't.
No free advertising.
Oh, hey, I'm on like episode 10 or 11 now of the Ghost Runners podcast.
Oh yeah.
I'm like going back and listening from the beginning.
Oh, fun.
There's a part where like Jake is just like, oh hey, no, we're not gonna say the name of the business because we're not being sponsored by them. And I was like, oh man, I wonder when we're gonna hit. I wonder what episode
Initial.
Yeah, you hit your
ads.
first sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Caleb's like trying to get motivation. Like it was like 50, so we're halfway there. Okay.
No, I'm not motivated.
Just kidding.
I've said it so many times. Like we're not trying to make money off of
Yeah.
this podcast at all. Like our expectations are so realistic.
And that's why we stopped at 25. I'm just
Yes.
Season 1, 25 episodes.
I mean, we haven't talked about other than like continuing to do these fun things.
Yeah.
Like, what else will
you
happen
do?
or whatever?
What the future holds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an idea to do like a one-off every once in a while to do like a what did I call it? Ghost Runners recap, and like literally just like sit there and like have like go through the Facebook group and the comment section on YouTube and Spotify and like literally just do a roundup of like all the
Like ghosty news almost or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
which
It could be
speaking of ghosty news, that whole ghosty times thing
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
is
So
that?
funny.
on
I don't know this one.
the group chat.
Emily Shang, she's always Shung. She's like posts these fake
Oh, I did see that.
It's like a
newspaper
headline.
headlines. Yeah.
I love that. Do you know what she uses to make that?
No idea.
Yeah,
Like
me
AI.
neither. And I'm like, I just want more of them. Like, hey, she should do
Yeah.
that like once a week. Just like,
Yeah, more content. Yes. Those and Jesse Platner, like
Video.
just recording videos of himself talking about whatever. Love
hey,
those.
right before you tonight, we had a double feature.
Yeah.
So we interviewed Jesse Platner right before you.
So fun. Oh, JP.
JP.
The
Good
blood.
It
dude.
was cool too. He was like, he has like a cool like podcast set up. He's got like his
Yeah.
Oh
sound.
yeah, he has a podcast, right? Does
Three
he
of them. 3 different ones he was on.
sing about?
One was about like testimonies.
Yeah, that one's
One was just like shooting the breeze with a buddy, and I forget what the third one was.
The other one was like shooting a breeze with his brother.
His brother.
And his
okay.
brother's friends or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
multifaceted guy.
Yeah.
Well, we're sponsored by Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, so use code GOS.
Boss.
Yeah. Goes.
All right, that joke's run its course. My bad. Hey guys, we appreciate you listening to this episode of Hangin' with Alex Payne, and we will see you next time.
Guys.